can never do that by an individual. We can only do with a family, with a love of family. With the family love, only with the family love we can do that. We can tear down wall here between the family and the clan.
그래서
And the clan and
사위에 대해 사랑하는 게 이 열 길이 없다니.
without the four-position foundation, love of four-position foundation, there's no way to open up a gate or tear down this so-called wall.
그래서 예수님도 성신과 성 주체와 대상을 중 삼고 자네가 사위기대 기준 삼고 사탄 세계를 허물어 나오는 거예요. 마찬가지죠.
So this is exactly what we observe in the past, what Jesus did. Jesus, with himself and the Holy Spirit and all the holy descendants or the disciples and Christians, namely, all in one love, like a large family, has tore down the wall of a clan and tore down the wall of the nation. Now it has prevailed to the world with the same principle.
자, 그럼 이거 영원히 가는데 피박은 영원히 못 간다고. 하늘에서 자꾸 작아지는 거예요. 이건 하늘에서 자꾸 커지는 거예요.
And the more we do this, more we exercise it, it grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and persecution never gets bigger. At some terminal point, it must come down. When it comes down, it will become smaller and smaller and smaller until it shrinks to nothing.
여러분 어머니 아버지, 우리 어머니가 내 교본이요, 우리 아버지의 교본이요, 내 오빠와 네 동생, 우리 형제가 내 교본이다.
So here, as an individual, we must understand, we must know, our parents are my textbook. By observing them, by watching them, cope with the situation, they lead his life, and my brothers and sisters, how he copes with a difficult time, rightfully. Then we learn a lesson from them. And even our children, we learn from.
스탠다드 텍스트북이 돼 있기 때문에 그 북을 중심 삼고 충고한다. 그럴 때 그런 책이 텍스트북이 있어가지고 남편으로서 아내 충고하고 아내로서 남편을 충고하는 거 통한다. 그것이 없다 지금까지 뭐라.
So these are more or less like an accepted principle now. So this is more like a written textbook. We can see the explained, the illustrated textbook. So within this context, we can advise my wife, our wife, and our husbands, and our children. We can educate. We can do that. But until now, the resultant or the fallen world had no the textbook like this. So we didn't know how to educate. We wanted to educate somehow, but we hadn't had enough material to educate anybody.
이런 전통이 가는 그 길을 방해하는 거 환영할 사람이 있나 없나? 방해해, 막해야 되겠나? 환영해야 되겠나?
So tradition is possible.
우주도 환영하지만 우리 사람도 전부 다 환영해. 살아가는 사람도 환영하고.
So this tradition is established here, and the tradition expands, because tradition always comes with the pioneering. Once everything is occupied, there's no tradition so much necessary. Like when this tradition goes on and on to become stronger, then everyone looking at this way of life welcome them, never confront them, and never contradict them. Even the universe will accept them. And we can see that readily. How? We exercise this lifestyle and see how our neighbor respond to us, or how our relative respond to us. Even the satanic people want that to be the supreme way of life themselves someday.
이렇게 몇개 있는데 어디로 갈까? 갈 데가 없다. 이거 안 가지고 갈 데가 없기 때문에 이걸 가지고야만 이거를 돌파할 수 있는 거예요. 바운드리, 이거 배려를 파괴할 수 있는 거죠.
So this is only through this love of the family scale we can penetrate this wall to the clan and wall to nation and wall to world and universe. And this become possible. Without this love, which Father described here, there's no way to penetrate as an individual onto this barrier of the world and the universe. Only through family. Do you understand?
그러면 여기서 이렇게 가는 것이 하는 것이 커지려면 자기 자체를 투배 커지려면 자기 자체를 추구해야 된다. 이것이 진리야, 진리. 모든 현상 세계의 발전 원칙이라는 걸 해야 된다고.
For this realm, to the realm to expand, you have to invest, or you have to thrust yourself into the situation with a lots of power. That's the only way that we can expand and expand.
그래서는 expand하고 말이야. 디벨롭먼트하는 걸 원하지.
And every one of us want to expand ourselves and develop ourselves, don't we?
그러면 그 투입해야 돼. 순수한 투입은 순수한 발전과 순수한 확대가 가능하다.
So we have to kind of thrust ourselves in, invest ourselves in, whichever would like to think. Then once we thrust ourselves in truly, then we can expect development in true sense, and we can expand in its true sense. We can expand truly.
자, 함부로 투입하면 함부로 이루어지는 결과가 나옵니다. 생각하고 순수하게 투입하면 생각하고 순수한 결과가 나옵니다.
If we know this pattern without mistake, clearly we know this, and clearly we invest ourselves in, clearly we thrust ourselves in, purely we entrust, then we can bring in the pure results.
그 틀린 말이야, 맞는 말이야.
Do you agree to this? Yes. Instead, if we do that ambiguously, we only bring in ambiguous results. If we do that purely, then we can bring in pure results.
그 맞는 말이야, 틀린 말이야.
Does the statement clear statement or not?
Yes. Clear.
Clear and rightful.
정말 그래?
Do you truly agree with yourself?
Yes.
그래서 이러한 일을 통하기 위해서는 간단하게 우리가 일상 상습으로 표현할 때에 참되게 희생하는 말을 대체할 수 있는 참되게 희생하는 길에서만이 이것이 가능하다.
This whole contents, if you refine that, if you finally analyze, it's this context here. But then in one word, one word, even like a jargon in technology, we have been saying, Father has been saying, sacrifice, purely, with a pure motive and heart.
그 sacrifice는 뭐냐면 자기 전에 investment, 투자하는 거야, 투자.
The sacrifice is analogous to, is the same as to thrust yourself into it.
장사하려면
invest yourself.
돈을 포기해, 길게 사랑해서 번 돈을 포기해버려야 돼. 투자해야 돼, 마찬가지야.
It's the same way in the business sense. It's investing. Investing is you have made much money with a lot of toil and work, hard work. Investing means to give that up for the hopeful return.
그래서 희생하는
Trust ourselves.
참되게 희생하는 말로서 이것은 투자를 의미하는 거야. 참된 투자라. 참되게 투자해라고 말이라고.
So this is same as invest with a true heart or truly.
자, 그 이익은 그 이익은 우리 가정을 위한 이익이 아니야. 그것은 이익은 우리의 종족을 위한 이익으로 돌려야 된다. 그래서
But then we should not be misled that okay, I will entrust myself into that. I will invest, in other words. But then someone must guarantee my return. When the return comes, I will be the one to get that back. No. We want our clan to receive that advantage.
이것이 기반. 여기에 기반이 어떤 무엇을 생각해? 이 기반이 클랜 파운데이션 베이스먼트에 어떻게 나올 수 있느냐? 그것이 내 것이라면 여기에서 전부 다 쪼라들까지 발전을 합니다. 이것은 이 클랜 베이스먼트의 선으로서 결정하던 마음을 가진 더 큰 가치를 위해서 투자한다. 그것은 나도 거기에 속하고 전체도 나와 더불어 속에 살 수 있다. 이런 개념이 필요하다는 거예요.
So you see, we can see very clearly, simply that when I entrust myself and when the reward comes, that belongs to the clan. Then that ever increasing that way, because I am only the base of that clan, and the clan has a purpose of expanding to a nation. Instead, when we sacrifice ourselves, so therefore I must reap that within my family, then that shrinks, and the clan has no place in here.
무슨 말이냐서
And such is going against the universal ocean trend.
큰 가치로서 그것은 우리는 클랜 프로퍼티에서 우리 인정해야 된다. 지키 필요하다고.
So we must establish our principle firmly, individual principle, very firmly, that whatever I invest, when the return comes, I want it bigger and bigger. That means because that's our goal of the life and the universe too. So that comes back to the clan, not to family.
그 내가 여기서 그러면 내가 여기서 자유롭게 살던 이 내가 여기서 자유롭게 내 것으로 활동할 수 있다. 내 것의 확장이다. 내 것의 확장.
So you are very the center of this. It's your expansion, extension. You extend yourself, you expand yourself, but not as an individual own, but as it goes, and it belongs to the whole realm, your family, your clan, and your nation, and so forth.
여기는 내 가정 같은 수많이 수십이 들어가 살 수 있다. 우리 가정.
And that kind of a clan, there are hundreds of, dozens and hundreds of the families such as your own, my own can fill this clan up.
자, 또 여와 같은 세상을 가지고 여기 투자해서 마찬가지야. 희생해라. 순수 투자다. 그러면 이런 판도에서 내 자유권 안에 소유권이 형성된다. 그것은 반드시 사랑에 의해서만이 소유권이 형성이 되지. 딴 권력이나 지식이라든가 돈의 힘과는 소유가 되지 않다. 그는 언제나 천집을 하는 거야.
So here, all that belongs to me is pure and unchanging. And this will be the only property of eternity. It just cannot come and disappear or decrease. It can only come and increase, and it can only come eternally and stay here. Money, power, whatever we name it, knowledge, everything will keep expanding and will be belonging to wider and wider realm of the cosmic ideal.
이 가정이 종족을 넘고 이 가정이 하나의 땅을 위하게 될 때는 그 하나의 땅을 위한 사랑, 이 사랑으로 말미암아 하나의 땅의 소유권을 내 자유천지로서 소유할 수 있는 권한이 벌어져요.
And more the realm expands, and so does the realm of it, the free realm where you can live and act in, possess, whatever the contents, the other idea is all found here. You can own it.
여기서 합격된 여기서 합격된 이런 가정이 어디로 갔냐면 이렇게 된 가정이 천국을 가는 것이다.
And so does each family begin from this point, from this basal point, and then expand here, and has gone through and knocked down all the barrier here. And such a family of accomplishment, such accomplished family will go somewhere. That somewhere is, of course, heaven.
이것이 여와 같은 소유권의 연장이 확정돼. 여와 같은 가정을 해서 영원한 영계의 소유권. 요만큼에서 요만큼.
Because whatever the realm of ownership we establish on earth, same will reflect in the spirit world. We can go up to the spirit world and we be there.
여와 같이 완전히 살고 이 영계가 완전히 내 소유권에 들어.
And when we go there, then all the spirit world matching or the corresponding spirit world to this realm of earth, I come to belong to or enjoy it.
그래서 사유기대 사랑을 갖고 세계적인 이 모든 인류를 살아가지 않고는 하늘나라에 갈 수 없다는 결론이 타당합니다.
So the conclusion is rather simple again and clear, that until and unless we live this way of life on earth and ever increasing step by step beyond to this larger scale into the world, and only then we go to spirit world and go to heaven.
알겠어?
Do you understand?
이게 뭐야? 이게 천국 가는 티켓을 사는 것이다.
So it's like a ticket, a guaranteed ticket to go to heaven. Every day we work for that ticket.
그래, 천국가는 티켓은 너도 필요해야 돼.
And do you or don't you need any ticket or pass to go to heaven?
그래서 여기에서 말하기를 자기 가정보다는 더 정적을 더 사랑하고 정적보다는 민족을 더 사랑하고 민족보다는 더 국가를 사랑하고 국가보다는 더 세계를 사랑하고 세계보다는 더 하나님 땅을 사랑하고 하나님 땅보다는 더 하나님을 사랑한다. 최후에는 하나님에 들어간다.
So you love from the lower echelon into the higher, the family, of course, individual to the family, clan, and up to nation and the universe, and after that cosmos, including spirit world. Then even to God, we have to reach to.
근본에 들어간다.
And the God, of course, is a
근본.
is a base too. It's an origin.
하나님은 말이야. 하나님은 0점이야. 이건 1에서부터 360도. 360. 10에서부터 쭉. 360도 0점. 0점은 1도 있고 360도 있다.
God is this very the point of origin. You see that we see 10 degrees, so 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and then 360 degrees. Actually, 360 degree and 1 degree, they are side by side. You know, it's like a 0 point.
그래서
It's a joining point. It's a beginning point and the ending point.
나는 처음이야.
At the same time.
알파 오메가라는 말이 있어요.
And here is the famous scripture of the scripture of I am the Alpha and Omega,
그 말이야. 하나님은
beginning
말이야.
of the end.
하나님은 있는 것 같고 없는 것 같다.
So here in 0, does 0 exist? Well, 0 is equal to 60 degrees here. So actually, if you look at it a certain way, it seems that God exists. You look at some other way, it seems that He doesn't exist. And that's God. God seems to exist or not exist.
자, 그럼 너는 사랑이라는 것이 어떤 거야? 사랑이라는 것이 어떤 것이냐? 야.
Then what is love? What is love like?
사랑이라는 어디 있는 것이냐? 0점에 있다.
So love is in this very point of origin.
남자 것도 아니고
It doesn't belong to men
여자 것도
exclusively,
아니고
nor women exclusively.
사랑 자체의 것이다.
Then you might say, to whom does love belong to? You might say, well, the love belongs to love.
그 러브에는 뭐가 달려? 우주가 달려 있다.
And in that love, the whole universe is connected. It
그래서
belongs.
언제나 0점짜리 있다. 우주가 0점짜리 왜 있냐? 우주의 수직선과
Why then is love on the axis of the original point of 0? Because it wants to stand firmly, vertically to the universe.
그러면서 모든 존재의 비교의 각도를 지니고 있는 것 사랑이 그렇다고. 좋고 나쁜 모든 결정들 360도의 내용을 잴 수 있는 내용을 하고 있다.
And the point of origin, or the axis of origin, serves as a standard to compare all other angles, and it has all the contents to compare and describe in relation to this axis what other particular line or the line or the angle is.
그래서 여러분이 이게 뭐예요? 이게 뭐라고 그래? 지로. 뭐라고?
This is a circle, isn't it? 0.
수로 말하면 뭐야?
And the circle is, how can you best describe by number? What number can you describe it best? 360.
지로.
0.
지로 가운데 무한의가 있다.
0,
말이?
360 is same, and the eternity is in there.
무한한 것이 들어있다.
The eternity is included in there.
지로에도 말이야. 지로에 small one, 지로에 big, 지로에 big 이거이다 보니 우주를 표시 가능합니다.
And in this 0, you see, this is how you describe universe.
전제 표시를 말이야.
Or the point of existence.
너는 개인적 표시를 이렇게 이것을 이렇게 플랫한 걸 표시하면 가서 동그랗게 표시하면 가서 물어보라.
Well, you're an individual, and you want to be symbolized, or you want to be how would you say, to be described. How would you like to be described? With this dot or with this little dot like a oblong dot like that, line like that, segmental line, or would you like to be described in a little small round dot, round circle?
그래서 글로벌 생각.
Global circle because it symbolizes you better than a dot or line.
모든 걸 원형을 담면 전부 다 원형이고 전부 다 일면 다 원형을 담면.
So there's nothing
전부 다 원형.
you see which does not form a kind of round.
전부 다.
Yeah, the round here, round everywhere.
왜 이렇게 돼 있느냐 이게?
Why? There's nothing pointed. God could have made something pointed
무한과 동안.
because that roundness is a symbol and therefore go along, merge into, be consistent to the everything in the universe.
그럼 사랑은 없는 것 같지만은 모든 걸 갖고 있다. 사랑이 뭐 있어? 사랑이 뭐야? 사랑이 뭐지냐면 사랑이 뭐지냐? 길이야, 짧은 거야, 둥근 거야, 낮은 거야. 모르긴 모르지만 그 안에 다 들어 있다.
And this is what love has. The love, no one can describe it whether love is round or love is square or love is triangle or love is short, love is long. What is love anyway? But then whatever that is has everything in it.
길되면 무한히 긴 거. 그래서 사랑해.
When love is long, of course it is long. How long? It is long to no limit.
자, 빽차가 되면 무한히 빽차는 거.
If someone can describe love is like a point of needle, sure, he's right. And that's sharper than a point of needle maybe. And someone says, oh, love is lasting. Sure, the love is everlasting. Someone can say, no, you're wrong. The love can be described as best as a flat. Sure, love is very flat.
그런 명사 가운데서 너는 어제다 거침없는 것이다. 어디에다
If you analyze a property, everything is in there, but then there is such a thing as overall view. Overall view is what is closest to it. Square or the triangle or the round or the cube, what is it? Of course, the round is more like it.
여러분 가서 부딪히더라도 깨지 않는 부딪히고도 깨지 않는 것이 올라갈 수 있다. 운동을 올라갈 수 있다.
Love is,
올라갔어.
your love can go anywhere in any speed and any impact. It never breaks.
Great.
It never breaks, so it's most versatile. You can apply this to anywhere, any scale, any amount.
운동하면 그걸 크게 돼 있지 작아지게 되지 않아.
And the law of the universe is that when a matter exercises, moves one place to another place, go around, exercise, then it becomes larger and larger. It never shrinks and shrinks.
세상에 이런 것이 없다고.
And the more you work, the more it becomes. And
그
that's the
사랑은
law.
그와 같은 사랑을 어디서 찾느냐? 남자는 여자라는 동물을 통해야 되고 여자라는 동물은 남자를 통하지 않고 그 사랑의 갈등을 당할 필요 없기 때문에 이건 생매를 걸고 일생을 걸고 야간한 노름이 벌어지는 것이다.
So coming back to the original point, this love is very essential to every one of us, no matter what ideal, extreme ideal you may have. Still, love is an essential. But how do you get so-called love? Only way, absolutely only way, is between you and your spouse. Man, that means woman, period. Not your friend, not anything else.
섹시로도 사랑한 사람 보여야 사랑이 어떻든 사랑의 척도가 어떻든 여렇다 하는 거 안다고. 그걸 알지 않고 어떻게 만들어?
So the one who is constantly loved, then he knows what this criteria of love is.
They knows.
He knows and therefore they know. But without knowing, how can you apply that? You cannot apply without knowing. So when he does it again and again, he knows.
결혼해보니까 남편 사랑, 아내 사랑 다 알지? 알지? 알아 몰라?
And before you got married, of course, you never knew. Even at the vaguest idea, you may have thought about it, but you never knew. But now you are married. With what, under what circumstances, it doesn't matter. You met and you loved, and you are married and you are loving each other. Then you seem to have a glimpse of something which you never known before.
Right.
Even though it's tinted in a lot of ways, still, it's clear enough something's in there. And that's something Father magnifies.
재밌대. 예?
It's a yardstick.
야, 야, 유닛.
It's a rule.
유닛.
It's a unit.
너 만만 뭐 거리가 멀더라도 말이야. 어? 그 킬로미터에다가 마일에서 잴 수 있나? 그 유닛이.
No matter how long a distance is, how can you measure without something? You know, you can say, well, that much, that's very ambiguous. You can't do that. You must have some unit, like a centimeter or the inch. You have to have a clear unit. Love is the same.
사랑의 유니티가 필요한 거 아니야?
Love also is like a distance. Love is like a distance or the contents of. But you have to have some unit.
자, 그럼 하나의 내용은 다른 거 같은 건 뭐냐면 사랑은 좋아서 하는 것이다. 할 수 없어 하는 거야, 좋아서 하는 거야, 맞으면 다 하는 거야.
And the love is, fortunately, it's something that we can do without effort. I mean, we just love it. We like to do it. It's not something which is beyond my will, and I'm constantly forced to do something which I don't like. It's not that. It's just it's more like a spontaneous, more like a natural act. It's good. The more you do it, actually, the better you will like it.
그 남자만 좋고 여자만 좋아해, 둘다 좋아해.
It's just for man? No.
그 원칙이야.
The principle is that both man and the woman or the partner are equally sharing the likeness.
그리고 어떻게 사랑하는 24시간 1년 10달 기다리고 보고 싶은 마음을 가지고 그런 서로가 좋아서 사랑해야 된다. 이런 논리를 알려야 된다.
And also we must learn deeply and retain deeply that we must learn to love forever and ever and the segment by segment we must love and learn that and learn to love even more.
그렇지 않은 사랑의 파괴자의 사랑의 강도.
And the day and night, 24 hours and 365 days a year, we must be able to do that, like to do that. If you don't do that, if you violate this general law, then it's a plunder of love, the betrayal of love, which is a felony, which is just about the only and the deepest crime one can ever commit in the universe.
우주의 심판에 사랑의 법도를 파괴시킨 이상의 무서운 심판.
If you steal or if you rob, anything has no match to violate this law of love. If you betray this love, then that's the heaviest penalty you can ever imagine. You
하나님이
can
사랑이
expect.
많다면 어떻게 사탄쯤 하나의 사랑을 금사고 용서를 왜 못해? 이것을 용서할 법이 없다. 용서할 법이 없다. 이제 사탄은 이런 사랑에 대한 파탄자이기 때문에 세상에 그러한 재판의 심판에 해버려야 돼.
And we can see this. We can see this as an example or as a proof. How do we see this? This violating love is inexcusable to whatever, defying our imagination. Someone might say, oh, God is omnipotent. He has everything. He is capable of doing everything. All he has to do is just forgive Satan and then free us from this toil, chore, efforts, lifelong, in a way, misery, although it's a hope we are doing. Why doesn't God do that? There is no way even God to forgive this betrayal of love. This is what God is panting. God is absolutely has no way to excuse himself even though he wants to. This is the result we are involved into.
그 사랑은 절대자리에서 절대자리에 없노 절대자리에서 있던.
Love stands on an absolute. It's not comparative. It's not something that you can compare by a matter of degree. It's an absolute position. Absolute has no
그렇기 때문에
compromise.
절대적인 사랑을 용서하고 묶어줘야 사랑이.
And when Father matches, and in that matter, when we are matched and we are married, then it's with this criteria of absoluteness.
남편에 대해
It's not the
아내 하나밖에 없다고 생각하는 그 자리에서의 사랑만이 이 자리에서
absolute. When we explain it in a little more easier way, absolute means I have only that wife. I have no other wife. That's an absolute criteria.
forever.
and forever too.
Great.
I cannot make change.
No one can make change. I cannot change. She cannot change. Once in deeply, then you cannot. Even God cannot change.
사랑의 원천 끝없다. 원천 끝없지 않냐.
And that origin is here.
여와 같이 이것이 무엇이냐면 이것이 여와 같은 입장에 서는 것이 360도 같은 영점이네. 이것이 하나님의 알편. 이것이 무엇이 됐냐면 모든 C의 기원이다. C는 이렇게 생겼다. C라는 건 여기 딱.
And that the 0 point or the point of origin of love. The Father described this degree 1 and degree 360. Right here, it's 1, but then it's divided into part of 1 and part of 360. And, that very much resembles something. What? Seed. Seed of a plant, seed of everything living that grows is in this form.
C들을 보면 C가 딱 이렇게 된다. 무엇이 돼? 저런 뭐냐? 사랑이라는 주머니 안에 뭐 하나에서 모든 것이 다 들어가 있다.
That 0 is within this sack of 0. Every element of life is in there. From 1 to 360, and everything in between is in there.
자, 그럼 이와 같은 C가 그것이 남자 여자도 결혼이 뭐이냐? 요 C들을 다.
And the man and wife, and their marriage is exactly that.
여기서 이렇게 좋아하면 여기서 뭐라는 말이야? 엠브리오 가지고 새끼가 생겨서 이것이 싹이 나게 됩니다.
And here's an embryo, and the 1, 2 elements love each other. And here's an embryo. Embryo start growing, starts spurting out the life. And
무엇을 빨아먹느냐면 이것을 어머니 아버지 사랑을 빨아먹고 생명을 빨아먹고 그런 거예요.
And they feed on, or they grow. They draw the nutrition from father and mother. Every element from father and mother, and they love too. They start growing.
어머니 아버지 사랑과 어머니 아버지 몸뚱이를 빨아먹고 그런 거예요. 사랑과 몸뚱이를 빨아먹고 큰다고요.
The child grows, the baby grows from all the elements from father and mother, their own body, literally their own body and their love as well. Nursing milk is.
자식에 대해서 희생의 사고방식을 갖지 않는 것은 우주의 원칙에 위배되는 것이기 때문에 그 부분은 볼만해야 돼. 망해야 돼.
So we can adopt this. We can compare this to the existing problem. A lot of problem today we have, but we can compare that to the biggest problem of family problem in this country, in America per se. America, their parents, once given birth to a child or children, must love, continue to love unto eternity, according to this principle of law, principle of the universe. And today, it seems that very much they are going against this law. What happens? The catastrophe and the perishment is guaranteed. It just simply cannot keep on existing or grow.
남자 여자가 이게 전부 다 이렇게 되는데 이것이 하나의 C와 같이 됐는데 이것이 갈아치우면 다 죽지 다 죽어. 갈아치울 수 없는 거예요.
And once the seed is formed like that, you cannot change the contents. You cannot pull everything out and put something in there. You cannot do that.
인간의 힘으로
Then it dies.
인간의 힘을 자기 힘으로 하면 안 되게 돼 있다. 자기 힘으로 해서 안 되게 되는 거야. 자기가 터치할 수 없는 거야. 우주가 변경을 하지 못하니만큼 이 개인의 개체의 힘 가지고는 남자가 여자를 변경하지 여자가 남자를 변경하지 못한 거 마찬가지의 원칙이다.
Something is beyond our power, no matter how much it's beyond our power. Like a man, we can do a lot of things, but there's something we can never do, is that we change ourselves into women. Likewise, woman, there's a lot of a woman can do, but can never change herself into man. That's something beyond myself.
이 사랑의
That's
법칙은
something God does.
인간의 힘으로 갈 수 없다.
Likewise, this love, it's beyond our choice or ourselves. This love is something we are born to do. Some say, oh, I refuse love. I don't do love. It just is impossible. Like she wants to change into a man. Not likewise. It's just not possible. We must love.
싫던 좋던 거기에서 영원한 생명을 키워갈 수 있습니다.
Whether we like it or not, in the first time, we must determine ourselves, just like the way we are born as a woman and man, prospectively, to give a birth to a child and foster this child all throughout our life, rearing this child unto the adulthood, even to the old age. We learn lesson from him. It's our textbook. If we refuse our textbook, we have no resources to learn, ignorant, and end up in hell.
애기를 낳거든 난 그 애기라면 내가 천국 갈 수 있고 하늘에 깊게 살 수 있는 아버지.
So when we give birth to a child, then we must even think this philosophical basis, principle basis, and all the time try in that direction. Not just blind love, but love with some enlightenment.
그래서 이 자체는 사육이 되지 사육이 돼. 사육이 돼야 사육이. 그렇지. 사육이 돼.
So these are all four position foundation, isn't it? 1, 2, and the 3, and God. It's all four position foundation.
이것이 참 사랑에서만이 싹이 튀어야지 거짓 사랑 싹이 어떻게 되는 얘기야?
And in true love, this bud must, the sprout must come out. If the sprout comes out from a false love, what can we expect? A lot of confusion, a lot of misery, a lot of misery to have to correct that situation in return and do it again.
하나님은 뭐 어떤 분이야 우주에 있다.
So God is what? God is the seed of universe.
하나님 어떤 나라 닮은 닮아.
And we take after God in every respect. Every respect, we resemble God, or try to resemble God too, without our knowing and without knowing.
자, 우리 영계가 아주 영계 최후의 영계 이런 모든 창조한 것은 사랑 때문에 지었기 때문에 사랑 때문에 사랑의 씨로 사랑에 돌아가야 된다. 사랑의 씨로 돌아가야 된다.
In these seeds, we experience these steps, and then we reach and we return to where we return to the seed of love. When we go to spirit world, we're going back to the seed of love.
내가 여기서 내가 가정을 세워서 30도 사랑도 필요하지만은 나는 어디를 가느냐? 360도로 가야 되겠다. 요 90도 사랑이 필요하지만 가야 360도로 가겠다. 180도 사랑이 필요하지만은 아니다. 360도로 가야 돼. 언제나 360도 최고를 원하는 거야. 사람은 최고를 원하는 거야. 그게 됐다고.
So as we go 30 degrees, we come to 70 degrees, 90 degrees. But all living human beings or living things want to go to 360 degrees.
최고.
They want to go the highest. They want to go to the top, the best. They will never settle down anything less than best. That's what all men are for.
여기 가서는 어떻게 돼? 여기 가서는 요거 더큰 거로 더 큰 거로 연다.
And once they get there, they want to connect the larger, once they come and return to the point of origin, then they want to go another the circle, this time bigger.
그래 안 그래? 너 마음 그래 안 그래?
Your mind can tell that very accurately, can't it? Your mind, you know yourself. You want something better, don't you?
Yes.
Every day, every time.
그러면 오늘 토요일에 결혼한 것이 뭐 때문에?
The fact that Unification Church members got married for the first time.
남자가 여자를 갖고 여자가 남자를 갖기 위한 것이 아니야. 그 배후에 있는 우주의 사랑의 본체를 갖기 위한 것이다. 내가 성육적인 선물만을 위해서 한 것이야. 정신적 그 자체를 위해서 인식한 것이다.
Father didn't match, and we didn't get blessed for the sake of each individual or for the sake of each other. No, by individual and each other meeting each other. Behind that, the whole contents of love and the universe is represented by that two marrying. In this context, we got married. Not as an individual, we got married.
자, 너희들은 결혼에 30도 하게 된 내가 필요한 것은 이런 자연, 우현 자연이 필요하고 상하 우현 자연, 상하가 필요해. 이분이 필요하고 이런 것이 사방이 필요하다고 말이라고.
So we not only need we not only need this, but we only need we need the two axes, and centering on these two axes, the whole direction and the contents, the area which is contained in these all directions.
자, 여
These are what
가정
we need.
남자애들 우리 둘이 필요하. 요 둘이 필요해서 여기서 하나 됐지만 이것으로 끝났냐? 우리 필요한 건 정적이다. 더 커야 되겠다. 더 커야 되겠다. 더 커야 되겠다. 이거 필요하다.
Of course, we met to in a limited point, but after that, after we meet, we quickly expand, like cells expands, expand, larger scale onto the world, until we encompass the world.
그래서 사람과 하나님을 둘이 갖다 묶어가지고 그 보석에 집어넣고 싶다. 어때?
Then how does the concept appeal to you? Like man and God just be placed in inseparably and then put into a sack or something and then just seal that up so no way that each can get out of this sack and contain it. How does it?
자 그러면 그런 컨테이너가 이제 하나님하고 사랑을 걸고 매 가져가지고 한 주머니에서 씌워넣어도 그 무슨 줄이야 되나? 사랑해 주라고 사랑의 그 저 주머니 가운데 하나님께서 줬다.
But so long as there is love and they are bound by the thread of love, it suits God fine, it suits men, of course, fine, and they will enjoy, forever and ever. So long as it's in a love. It's in a container, it's a bag, whatever you say.
사랑의 컨테이너에 들어가 있어.
This container of love, no matter how small, it doesn't have to be a palace. Still, it suits a man fine, and it suits God fine too. That's the way God created man.
자, 만약에 하나님하고 사랑하고 싸우기 시작했다면 이건 무슨 말일까?
Well, once the man starts rebelling against God, in other words, they started fighting each other in the container, what happens? Or what power? What power do we have to draw to quell it?
재간으로, 지식으로.
Some wisdom? Was there some power? We want to separate the fighting and make peace.
마음대로 컨트롤해서 살아. I love you.
This love can
그러려면 러브할 때
even God, when a man shows its true love towards him, even God will become so, how to say, so listening to you. You ask everything, and He will do it for us.
그래서 우리 토요일은 이러한 의미의 사랑의 목이를 지내보자. 세계의 새로운 운동을 하게.
So this formidable weapon of love, if you call that, which is matching to the wickedness of the world, and this formidable ultimate weapon and the strong weapon to propagate God's love and God's ideal, is what the Unification Church started from. We have this point of origin with all the explanation, and we have the teachings of Father, and then we live that kind of a life to, you would call it, conquer the world.
미국에 완전 썰어내 무슨 뭐 잠수함이 아니고 완전 포가 완전 병력이 아니고 무슨 뭐 어느 새
It's
모든 새
It's not the atomic bomb. It's not the technology. It's not the great power, immense power of our finance. It's nothing like that. But only through love and this principle.
온 역사, 인류의 온 역사, 온 인류의 현대의 세계, 미래의 세계 전체는 참다운 사랑아 와서 나를 정복해달라고 부탁하고 정복해달라니.
Everything, universe, nature, every element on earth and the universe is coveting. Please come, the master of true love. Please come and conquer me and liberate me. Is the cry out of today in the universe.
그래서
After the fall, don't you see that?
플러브로 컨트롤하는 것은 플러브로 컨커하는 것은
They want to be owned by somebody. They want to be controlled by somebody. They want to do something with somebody. They want to be conquered by somebody, and that somebody is the one with the true love. No one else.
그렇기 때문에 이 개념을 어떻게 그것을 맞고 사랑하면서 점령하는 전략이다.
How do we be consistent with these principles and laws and the way that God built us, His purpose, creation, and everything? And how do we put into practice in daily life? And how do we concretely expand the realm of love into this stained world, troubled world, and accomplish our goal is what we are doing. First, we'll be persecuted,
우리는 전등하는 거지.
we'll be struck, but we know this truth, therefore we persevere. We hold on to that goal. Soon enough, we will find ourselves occupy more territory, more and more.
외적 세계는 우리를 반대마다고 우리를 죽이들 말해서 울고 야단하지만 우리는 사랑과 저들은 감동과 시간 눈물을 흘립니다. 눈물을 흘린다.
They are trying their very best to make our task difficult. But we are doing our also very best and beyond that to shed the tears for their sake and win over their false idea. This is what we are doing.
사랑하려고 저는 반대의 눈물.
Actually, they are trying very hard.
살려주는 눈물을 용서하고 사랑하는 눈물이야 저기는 반대하고 죽이려고 하는 눈물을 흘립니다.
They are trying very hard to stop us and to discourage us, and we are matching this equally. We are shedding tears to love them, to forgive them as they persecute us. We are literally crying, asking God to forgive them.
그러면 모든 사람은